international customary law, particularly the doctrine of continuity. The international law, the doctrine of continuity, implies that upheavals and revolutions within a country, changes in government, territorial adjustments, measures taken during military occupation, or other internal transformations do not negate the existence of the country, do not affect the legal personality and international obligations of the country or state. The Vienna Convention on Succession of States in Respect of Treaties, 1978, addresses these principles of the doctrine of continuity as it outlines international law during situation of state succession or continuation. International law recognizes a state's legal personality by recognizing its identity. This perspective extends even during the period when the given state or country is annexed or occupied by a foreign power. Even in such cases, the legal personality of the state is considered to persist, enabling its subsequent re-establishment. Historical examples dating back to the 18th century include cases like Portugal and Genoa that were re-established after the Vienna Congress of 1815. More recent examples include countries such as Poland, Ethiopia, Czechoslovakia, Albania, and Austria that were re-established after World War II. Even when a nation is deprived of its territory, the nation continues to exist. Its sovereignty and international legal personality continues to persist. The Dalai Lama, as the spiritual and temporal leader of Tibet, exemplifies this principle. In 1959, the Dalai Lama was exiled and forced to flee. Despite the challenges faced, the Dalai Lama continues to advocate for the preservation of Tibetan culture and garners worldwide support for Tibetan autonomy on the global stage. Similarly, from 1309 to 1376, the Pope of Catholicism had been in exile in Avignon. Despite this, he was recognized as the head of state as well as head of the Church and given full privileges of the position after their return to Rome. Even in 1861, much of the papal territories had been lost, leaving the Pope with no sovereign territory other than the papal residence and related buildings. Yet his temporal powers were still acknowledged. He was recognized as a head of state, and later, the Lateran Treaty of 1929 formally re-established papal sovereignty over the Vatican City. The Sovereign Order of Malta further exemplifies this principle, retaining international recognition as a sovereign entity despite the permanent loss of their territory upon Napoleon's invasion in June 1798. Despite such permanent loss of territory, the sovereignty and the international legal personality of the Sovereign Order of Malta continue to persist. Much later in 1894, the order settled in Rome and acquired two properties, the Magistral Palace and the Magistral Villa that received extraterritorial status. Today, the order maintains diplomatic relations with 112 countries, issues its own diplomatic passports, currency, stamps, and vehicle registration plates, and has been granted observer status in the United Nations. All these examples of state re-establishment illustrate the principle of continuity of states, as per international law, that a state's legal personality persists over time. A nation continues to exist even after a complete loss of territory. A far more striking example is of the oceanic countries, which are under the threat of their entire nation being drowned and submerged due to rising sea levels owing to global warming. In response to such existential threat of climate change, Pacific Island nations, including Tuvalu, have enacted constitutional amendments and made international declarations affirming that their nation and their sovereign rights will continue to persist, despite their entire territory being lost to the sea. This proactive stance is highlighted in the Constitution of Tuvalu Act 2023 and the Pacific Islands Forum Declaration of 2021. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivoham, through the line of succession is the present 203rd Emperor of the Hindu Sovereign Kingdom of Surangi Samrajya. He was crowned on the 31st of December 2004 at the age of 26. Thus, by very same principles of the doctrine of continuity, through which the international legal personality of Portugal, Genoa, Poland, Ethiopia, Czechoslovakia, Albania, Austria, Vatican, Tibet, Sovereign Order of Malta, and several other nations has been recognized despite having undergone a period of exile, annexation, occupation by a foreign power, or despite loss of territory. The SPH Nithyananda Paramashivoham, through well-established legal and historical facts about the Hindu sovereign state of the Surangi Samrajyam, derives all sovereign rights and powers of the royal lineage of the Surangi Samrajyam as its 203rd sovereign emperor, from his inheritance and continuation of the unbroken succession of the kingdom of Surya Vamsa Surangi Samrajyam Sarvanapitha. Surya Vamsa Surangi Samrajyam, through unification with 20 other sovereign Hindu states and sovereign ecclesiastical, historical entities, became part of the United States of KAILASA, which thus became a sovereign, independent juridical state, with the SPH Nithyananda Paramashivoham as the sovereign. Just as how the oceanic nations like Tuvalu have safeguarded their sovereignty from the existential threat of total submersion by amending their constitution and asserting that their sovereignty will persist regardless of the loss of their territory, KAILASA, which is a sovereign continuation of 21 sovereign Hindu states and sovereign ecclesiastical historical entities, is also reviving and continuing the Kumari Kandam Hindu nations that got submerged. As per the doctrine of continuity, these facts imply that the Kailasa's statehood is recognized by international law and manifests as a natural outcome of well-established historical legal facts. Share your time, talent, and treasure. Become part of KAILASA. Sign up as an eCitizen https://kailasa.ecitizen.info.
With Paramashiva's grace, we have evolved UAN, United Nations for Ancient Nations. Paramashiva successfully manifested, and now he is introducing this to all of you, to the world formally, United Ancient Nations. It is United Nations for Ancient Indigenous Nations. This is a profound intergovernmental body. More than 100 ancient nations are already part members of this UAN. It is to unite and support all the indigenous nations, indigenous kingdoms all over the world.
Around 5,000 years ago, at the end of Mahabharat War, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilization consisted of 10,000 Hindu traditions, or sampradayas, that existed in 56 Hindu nations, 200 Hindu kingdoms, 1,700 Hindu provinces that covered more than 6 million kilometers square of Asia. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, SPH, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivoham, is the reviver of KAILASA, this ancient enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. KAILASA is an unbroken cultural, religious, historical, civilizational, and sovereign continuation and revival of multiple of these historical Hindu sovereign states and Hindu ecclesiastical entities. The unbroken continuity of these ancient Hindu nations through KAILASA results in the legal recognition of KAILASA as per the international customary law, particularly the doctrine of continuity. The international law, the doctrine of continuity, implies that upheavals and revolutions.
Nithyanandam Paramaskadam Kevalam Dhyanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasrisham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Satgurum Tam Namami.
Yes, Nithyanam, all of you.
Nithyanam, everyone.
So welcome all of you on this. We just had the darshan, the satsang, the powerful revelations by Swamiji on the very cosmic truth that when we hit, it hits our being itself, because the cosmic truth is so powerful because it is very our being. When we are listening to this cosmic truth, we are in touch with our own nature, our own being. That's why whenever Swamiji reveals the cosmic truth, we get attracted towards it, pulled towards it. So that's why it's always joyous, it's always auspicious to have the darshan, receive the darshan, have the satsang, because it brings you to the oneness with Swamiji, oneness with Paramashiva. So again and again, bring back yourself to the space of oneness, whether through darshan. And we just now, because we had a darshan, this is the right time that we start manifesting the powers of third eye. Because it originates, it comes from the oneness. So let's get ready to enter into the power manifestation. Before that, we'd like to welcome each of the participants, each of the people who are here with us. So we have Ma Wei Chung Fang, Nithyanandam,
Nithyananda,
Ma Mahabhairava, Nithyanandam.
Nithyananda,
We have Jeremy Maxfield, Nithyanandam,
Nithyananda,
Sri Lingodhvanaya, Nithyanandam,
Nithyananda,
Ma Parabrahm Swarupni, Nithyanandam,
Nithyananda,
Sharmi Mooth, Nithyanandam.
Nithyananda,
We have Ma Nithya Gunya, Nithyanandam,
Nithyananda,
Ma Ananda Paramashakti, Nithyanandam.
Nithyananda,
We have Gui Sung Zain, Nithyanandam.
Nithyananda,
We have Ma Paramasatya, Nithyanandam.
Nithyananda.
And also we have with us Wo Hui, Nithyanandam.
Nithyananda, everyone, welcome. Good to have you all with us.
Yes. So once again, welcome all of you. So as we mentioned, we'll be entering into the power manifestation. So let's get ready. You can get ready with the power manifestation. Understand? Every time, this is your time to be in oneness with Parameshwar. When you sit with your head and spine and straightened, with your eyes closed, just forget everything. Unclutch from everything. Nothing else matters. Only to be in the space of oneness. Swami says, once you reach that zone of nirvikalpa samadhi, there's no returning zone. You are liberated from cycle of birth and death completely. And you establish yourself in that super consciousness, merge with that divine super consciousness in oneness. So let's get ready to have this super conscious breakthrough as we enter into the power manifestation. You can sit with your head, neck, spine in a straight line. You can cover your eyes with a blindfold or a piece of cloth to cover your two eyes as you are manifesting the power of third eye. So please go ahead, cover your eyes now. And let's get ready. Just sit with an intention to manifest this power, the power of third eye, to be in oneness with Swamiji, to be in oneness with Paramashiva. Nothing else matters. Any doubt, any confusion that appears, just unclutch. Have that strong urge to be in oneness. Strong will is enough. Strong declaration is enough to let you manifest that oneness. So let's connect with Swamiji as we chant the Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Keep chanting the Mahavakya as we enter into this round of power manifestation. The image is now being projected on your screen. Let's begin.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham.
Yes, you can relax now. Slowly, very slowly, remove your eye bands and gently let the light come back into your eyes. And once the light has readjusted for your eyes, then take a moment and share with us what was revealed to you in your third eye. So while it's still fresh in your mind, share with us the details of the image that we had displayed for you just earlier. Let's go ahead.
Yes, so please go ahead, take a moment and share. You can take a moment and understand anything that was revealed to you. Do not hesitate to share. Yes, Mama Nithya shares, I saw Shiva and Linga. Shiva sitting and white and snake around his neck is blue. Neck is blue. Yes, thank you. Thank you for sharing a beautiful description of Lord Shiva himself. So yes.
Yes, we have Sri Nithya in God Bhavan that shares a building and sea. Thank you very much for sharing, Ryan.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. So just waiting for a few moments as we receive other sharing. So please continue to share.
Yes. Paramasatya shares, I saw some horizontal lines, brown color and water. Yes, thank you very much for sharing, ma'am. Ma Nishra Gunya says Linga. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Also waiting on Mahabhairava. If you could please also share with us what was revealed to you in your third eye, ma'am. So this is the power manifestation, the power of third eye vision. Just going to give a few more moments before we move on to the verification stage.
All right. Yes, we have sharing. So Mahabhairava, she says road,
Green.
green leaves.
Yes. Thank you very much for sharing, ma'am.
All
All right, so let's move on to the verification stage.
So we'll be projecting the image now on your screen. So it's kind of different a picture. You can see the rocks is kind of a part of the, it's like a part of the huge mountain. And you can see, looks like a small stream of water that is flowing on the ground. And you can see small leaves, green leaves, small plant, and of course the sand on the ground. And with the small, very, very tiny minute stones. So this is the whole picture. So Nithya shares, I saw Shiva Linga sitting in white snake around neck, and the neck is blue. Yes, thank you for sharing, Ma.
Yes, Ma. So we have a lot of white. You can see the sand is kind of white in nature, and also the river is sometimes referred to as a snake or looked at it as a snake as it goes around and bends. So that's what you might have seen, Ma. So yes, thank you very much for sharing.
And Shiva is always portrayed with the mountains. So yes.
Yes, thank you very much for sharing, Ma. We also have Srinitya Linkot Bhavan that says a building and sea. So we have the water and we have big tall rocks that might look like buildings. So yes, thank you very much for sharing. It's it's very similar to the revelation. So yes, congratulations.
Mahasatya says, I saw some horizontal lines, brown color and water. So yes, definitely we have the water, we have the brown color, and the horizontal lines are there in the stone itself. So many horizontal lines. Yes, water.
Yes. Thank you. And we also have Mahabhairava that shares road, green, and leaves. So it's not so much of a road. It is, we have the river, and there's perhaps a path around the river or along the river. Green, we do have some green. We can see the shrubs along the river as well. And green color scenery, yes, we have some green in the picture as well, Matt. So yes, thank you very much for sharing, and congratulations for everyone for manifesting. This has been a very good round for everyone.
Yes.
Well done.
A wonderful sharing. A lot of people have actually all of you have manifested. There is nothing called as not manifesting. So yes, and many of you are actually spot on. So thank you all once again for participating in the power manifestation. Now with this, we'll be entering into revelation by Swamiji on his unclutching experience. So Swamiji has been revealing on the unclutching. So let's enter into the revelation by Swamiji on his own experience of unclutching. So let's come to the space of listening and let's begin.
स्वभावचिन्मयानन्दम् कृपापूर्णम् जगत्पतिम् हरिषड्वर्गजेतारम् नित्यानन्दगुरुम् भजे.
Let me express a main word, key word. I can call this word as Mahavagya. Mahavakya, the word which you need to completely understand. maybe modern day Mahavakya. The word is unclutched. Be unclutched. That is the Mahavakya. Now, let us try to analyze, understand and internalize this one truth, one Mahavakya. We have beautiful different Mahavakyas in Vedic tradition. Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi. So many wonderful Mahavakyas. Ayamanma Brahma, Prajnanam Brahmam, Sarvangalvidam Brahmam. These are all different Mahavakyas. Be unclutched. What do I mean by the word being unclutched? Let me try to explain it with a simple diagram. How continuously our mind is working and how we are clutching, connecting and creating a life or suffering. How we are creating the ignorance or depression. Let me describe. Then you will be able to understand what do I mean by the word unclutching. Please come back if you have changed the channel in between. Now it is time. We enter into the Satya, the truth. The real experience of Atato Brahma Jignasat happening. Means let us inquire into the reality and have courage to go into the experience wherever the reality leads. How our mind works. How we create thoughts and how we give meaning to it and how we experience life. A simple diagram. I'll try to explain. For example, the thoughts are happening in your system. These are all different thoughts. I'm just trying to give kind of a diagram. Different shape, different size, different length or different width, different kinds of thoughts. Sometimes thought is about some joyful experience which you had. Sometimes some suffering which you had, or sometimes some guilt thoughts, or sometimes again some joyful memories, sometimes some painful memories, then again some depressing memories, sometimes again then some suffering, different thoughts. If you just do a simple experiment, just for 5 minutes, if you write whatever comes without editing, as it is, whatever goes inside, without editing, as it is, and read that page again, suddenly you will realize you are nothing but a bunch of unconnected, independent, illogical, unclutched thoughts. Please understand. the thinking flow which is happening inside you is not logically connected. For example, if you see a dog in the street, suddenly you will remember the dogs which you have seen when you were a child, or the dogs about which you used to be afraid. You are frightened. Then you will remember your childhood days. Then you will remember the teacher under whom you studied. Then you will remember the place where the teacher stayed. The thought chain, the link will go on. But there is no logical connection between the dog which you saw in front of you in the street and the teacher with whom you studied when you were young. Of course, both of them barked at you, shouted at you. There is no logical connection. Suddenly from where the mind moves to where, there is no logical connection. If you study deeply, when you go back to your house, try this experiment just for 5 minutes. Just for 5 minutes, keep alarm, pen down whatever comes. If you think no thoughts are coming, write that also. Whatever goes inside, like they have a dragon software, all the doctors use for medical transcription. Whatever you speak, it will transcribe. I also use some time for writing books. If your mind is connected to a dragon software, how it will transcribe? Transcribe the same way, whatever goes on inside, with the same kind of grammatical errors, or same accent, or the same pronunciation, or same words. Even if it does not make any sense, just pen down. Suddenly you will see you are nothing but a bunch of independent, illogical, unconnected, unclutched thoughts. You do not know why particular thought is raising after a particular thought. There is no logical reason. There is no logical reason. Just something arises, and then next something else is arising. Next something else is arising. Thoughts are flowing. Words are flowing. When you are aware, usually, sometimes suddenly you will become aware of your body and your existence. At those moments, any thought which flows in front of you becomes your life. You start giving attention to it, either to fulfill or to escape. Understand? It's like a projector light is there. Any slide which is kept in front of that projector light is seen as the reality in the screen. One problem is this: in your inner space, the projector light is not continuously on. It just comes and goes, comes and goes. Whenever you are not aware of your existence, many times, even though your eyes are open, even though your body is moving, you will not be aware of your existence. You can see in your life. You will get into your car in your house, drive for half an hour. Only after you reach the office, park the car, and when you come out of the car, suddenly you will realize, oh, I finished my driving. Office come. I reached office. You would have taken 200 decisions in that half an hour. Right, left, giving brake, stopping for signal. But you are not aware of your existence. That is why you don't remember all these decisions you took and all these things happened in you. Means those few moments, the projector light was off. Any slide which was moving in front of it is not part of your life. Again, for no reason, the light comes on. When the light is on, when you are aware that you exist, whatever thought moves in front of you, they become your part. They become your life. Understand? It's a very subtle truth. Your life is totality of all the thoughts moving in front of you. But unfortunately, many times, many major decisions, thoughts, the life-changing incidents happens when you are not aware. It's like this film which moves when the projector light was off. That also is part of your life, part of your biography. But unfortunately, you are not aware of the themes, decisions, thoughts which went on, which contributes to your life, which is also part of your life just because the light is off. Every single moment which passes in your life without you being aware of this moment, of your presence, is suffering. Either directly or indirectly, it will add to suffering. Either directly you will invite or indirectly you will create a situation for the suffering. It's a very important thing. How, when you turn your cars, the indicators blink. Same way, your consciousness also blinks. You do not know when it is on, when it is off. If you just see the thought flow in front of you, suddenly you will realize, oh God, all these things are going on in me. Then what is going on inside me? I myself do not know where I am heading. I myself do not know what is happening in me. Here, understand this diagram, then we will see more deeper and deeper truths. First, I wanted all of you to understand, you are not aware of all the decisions, all the thoughts moving inside you, inspiring you to live the way in which you are living, inspiring you to think the way in which you are thinking, inspiring you to be the way you are. You are not aware, but constantly we believe we are aware. That is the first illusion. That is the first illusion. The second, whenever I say this point, people get frightened. People feel frightened. Oh God, already I have enough suffering. Now he is adding one more suffering and one more fear that I do not know where I am heading. Understand? I am not adding suffering. I am just helping you to experience, open up to the reality. One more thing. Opening up to reality, even though it feels like suffering in the initial level, will always lead you to the joy and bliss, because Sat, by its very nature, is Chit. Sat means the truth. By its very nature is Chit, means power, consciousness, and Ananda, bliss. By its very nature, Sat leads to Chit and Chit leads to Ananda. Even though in the initial level it feels like little more responsibility, little more load, now itself already many of your mind would have decided, no. What he says may be right, that I am not aware of everything happening in front of me, but I can't become aware of everything happening in front of me. Oh, living in the present moment, being aware of whatever is going on, that and all is not for me. I tried many times, Swamiji, you don't know how many techniques I tried. Understand, we are not that dumb as we think. We are not that dumb as we think. We have huge possibility, huge potentiality. Maybe the right initiation has not happened. The right click has not happened. So don't close the file. No, I tried many times. You don't know how many gurus I went and how many techniques I tried. There are many people. I call them professional seekers. Their profession is seeking. Anywhere, any board, any Swami, any Guru, any saint, any Baba, any Mahatma, any Amma, anybody, they will be there. Not for learning, just for judging. What he is teaching, let me see. People come to me and ask me, I know everything, Swami, just give me in essence what extra you can add to me. I tell them, please, sorry, I don't know anything extra to add you. I can only remove something from you. What you think as knowledge, I can remove that so that the truth can happen. Please do not come to the decision, no, he's again, I think, going to teach living in the present moment. I know, I tried many times, it does not work out, and even if it works out, sometime it goes away. No, I am not going to teach you in living in the present moment. Because you are living, why should I teach? Even if you are suffering about your past, you are suffering in the present. Even if you are worrying about your future, you are worrying in the present. So you are in the present. I am not going to teach you to be in the present. All I am doing is trying to take away some ideas which you think as your mind. The first truth is you are not aware of all the things which is happening in front of you. You do not remember your biography as it happened. That is the first truth. You remember only as you want it. People ask me. Many times I tell them, if your thought per second, TPS, I call it TPS, thoughts per second, if it comes down, you will have clarity about your past and future. They tell me, what? About past, already I have clarity. Why should I have clarity about my past by bringing the TPS down? Now itself I know my past. No. Please understand, you don't know your past. You don't recollect the past as it happened. You recollect only as you want it, not as it happened. Just a simple example here. See, if your life was filled with different kinds of incidents, joy, suffering, guilt, joy, pain, depression, sad, different quality of incidents. You do not look at the life as it is. Usually what we do, I use the word we because sometimes people think that the word you means too condescending. That's the reason I use the word we. The problem is, the public place, you can neither use we nor use you. If I say you, somebody feels condescending. If I use the word we, if you also have the same problem, how can you teach me? That is a big problem. Anyhow, because I don't have any other word, better to use the word we. What usually we do, some joy, some suffering, some guilt, some joy, some pain, some guilt. This is our life, different thoughts, different experiences. Usually, you collect only all the suffering related incidents and create a shaft, create a connecting idea and think your life is nothing but suffering. Understand? You collect the suffering, guilt, pain, depression, suffering, all these kinds of thoughts, connect them, and you think your life is a long chain of suffering. Your life is a pain shaft. I've seen people, the moment I ask, how are you? You are from where? First thing everybody invariably starts, you don't know Swamiji, nobody has suffered like me in the life. This is the common introduction for their biography. Even my enemy should not suffer the amount of suffering I went through, Swamiji. Even in that, they want to be in the top. Even in suffering, they want to be in the top. Not second. Nobody has suffered like me, Swamiji. You don't know. Even in that, we have to be in the top. And not only that, see, not just they tell this to me, they believe strongly this. They forget the joyful incidents which happened in between. The joyful incidents, joyful memories which happens in between. They collect only the negative things, connect them and create a shaft. I call this as pain shaft. Pain shaft. Very rarely, sometime you create a joy shaft, but very rare, not only number, even the quality will be very rare. You collect the joyful incidents and create a joy shaft. Means you feel life is joy. But most of the time, you collect all the painful memories.
So Samaju is describing how we create the shaft, how we connect the incidents, each incident, and create a shaft. And most time we create the pain shaft. Very rarely we collect the incidents and create the joy shaft. Most time what we do is create the pain shaft. And that's why Swami says the unclutching is very important, because by nature all these incidents are actually not connected. They are not connected. It is we who are connecting and making a shaft. So with this, we have come to the conclusion of today's day of Paramashivoham. It was a beautiful, wonderful day, especially with the beautiful meditation technique of the unclutching. There were many participants shared beautiful sharings about their experience of unclutching. So let's bring our hands in our Namaskar. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavate Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you everyone.
We tell them everyone, see you all again tomorrow.